The devil wears Prada, but Jesus, he needs a serious makeover. Don't you think? Well, this episode is about talent and human resource management. The painter Cecilia Giminez took it upon herself to restore a painting of Christ, but ended up orchestrating this ugly duckling in reverse catastrophe. You might imagine that she was 10 years old, but no, she was 81, almost as old as your mama. Your mama is so bad at painting, she painted a rugby ball in a tunic and called it Jesus Christ. When asked why she did what she did, Cecilia said that she was not given enough time to finish the painting. To finish it, which she essentially did. Irrevocably finish it off. Had Cecilia been living in the 1920s, she'd have time to sit and paint with great detail and precision for 4 days straight. But she painted this in a capitalistic 2012. Maybe she was in a hurry. She had errands to run, bills to pay, office work, professional duties, laundry to do, patrons to please, bureaucracy to beat, children to educate, amongst other things. Would the imperfections of a painting really hamper your sentiment towards the divine, even though you don't know what God really looks like? So Christ walks into a bar. The barman points to his face and asks him, "Hey buddy, you got some work done, huh?" Nice. This painting is a work of art though. It's an immaculate image of Christ, so beautifully and perfectly encapsulating of the divine godlike persona and powers. Each year, thousands of tourists come to this painting on the walls of St. George's Chapel in Borja, Spain. What? Feel like you're missing something? Doesn't quite feel like Christ to you? Are you wondering if you'd pray to this painting? Or would you think, hey, God can't look like this, right? Interesting. Look closely at your object of worship next time. Tell me what you see. Can you tell what Christ is doing here? He seems to be looking up at the heavens, expressing his suffering. He's saying, "Why, Lord? Why would someone do this to my face?" Someone could have told her to stop at some point, right? Maybe when his hair started looking like unprocessed wool. Or when his mouth started to resemble a saucer. Or definitely when he transformed from a divine spiritual figure to this very stylish yet doubtful Neanderthal. I mean, too much eyeliner, don't you think? Either way, the artist stated that she had only good intentions. It was her vision of her savior, uncompromised by schooling. Restorations are important to preserve precious artifacts that protect the history of a culture. You heard that, Grandma? Preserve. But Cecilia Giminez did create a pop icon. This painting was soon to be found on graffiti, t-shirts, vandalized street walls across the world, as if to prove the fundamental intent around the object of your worship, that God is everywhere. God is omnipresent. Suddenly, Jesus was back to being cool for school. Kids these days, I tell you. Even though, can you imagine, a pristine representation of Catholic art and divinity, now mistaken for vandalism. Classic, indeed. When the monkey Christ was shown to the world, people were surprised. "That's not Jesus," they said. Some laughed. Some were angry. How can you make a laughing stock out of Christ's suffering face? It was truly meme-worthy. If Jesus Christ were alive and was looking at this painting, which one of these would you think he identified with? Would he find the original embarrassing? Would he put up Monkey Christ on his Snapchat and say no filter with hashtags like blessed, woke up like this? Did he see himself as a perfectly painted mural on a pristine church wall? Or would he have rather been a connoisseur of abstract art and resonated with the monkey Christ as more like him, deep down, botched up, asymmetrical, and imperfect? Maybe it's just the eyeliner. Little too much, don't you think? Please subscribe to this channel, Art History Plus, for more content like this. Also do like, share a comment, and please share this video as far as you can. Thank you.